Hello, and welcome to True Awakened. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe before we get into this video. This is going to be a pick a card, but I'm going to do a little bit different this time. So there's actually only 3 piles, as you can see on the screen. It says that there are 4, but there's actually only 3 today. The first pile is going to be a collective message. So anyone can jump into pile 1 if you feel you are called to it. It's going to be a little quick rundown of what Spirit wants to say about the general things that are happening within the collective at this time. So if you feel drawn to tap in with pile 1, feel free to pick that one and then choose between 2, 3, and 4 as well. If you are here to send positivity through the chat, through comments below, just sending love to our channel, just know that that is going to come back to you tenfold. So we're really happy to have you. I'm really excited to channel for you. But if you are here to send envy, negativity to the channel, it will not affect my viewers or me. So just be aware, it will only return to you, the sender. Readings are for confirmation about what your intuition is already telling you. This is not for answers. So if you hear something you don't like, only take what resonates. Do not take everything you hear to heart, because it is a general reading and also a public platform. So I'm reading for multiple different people, but I do offer private readings. So tap in with me, DM me if you'd like to have a personal private reading with me. If you need a little bit more time to pick your pile, go ahead and pause the video. And I think I want to go ahead and jump into pile 1, which I said again is going to be a general collective message. So it's going to be regarding the current state of what is going on in the public sphere. It may be a little triggering, but we'll see. We're going to get into it. So pile 1, let's get started. And I have the chat up on my phone this time, so hopefully I can see anyone that joins in the messages. Sometimes I miss them when they're on my screen. So we'll see. Okay, any general collective messages that Spirit wants to channel to you guys, the viewers? I've already been getting a lot of downloads about everything that's going on. Again, trigger warning. It's been some intense happenings over the past couple of days. Tense stuff in the media. Also want to remind you guys, with the eclipses and when we have big solar shifts and lunar shifts, there is a lot of ritual work done at this time. Ritual is not always a bad thing. It can be used for good, obviously, but sometimes it is used to manipulate energy in a negative way. So be aware of that. Collective, I'm hearing unsuspecting visitors. This could be also in the astral realm, being visited by different guides, ancestors. This message is for people who meditate. So unsuspecting visitors, be open to receiving messages from unsuspecting visitors. There's portals open at this time, I'm hearing. So a lot of people are going to be receiving a lot of clarity, guidance, creative clarity as well. whoever's tapped in with this collective message, you guys are the tradition carriers, but also like generational curse breakers. So people might not see you as traditional, but you're about to introduce some different tradition to the lineage, to your family. Breaking down barriers. I keep hearing that over and over. And there are mass rituals being done in the public sphere. So if you're questioning whether some of it is orchestrated, some of it is, yes. There will be more devastation through the summer. I channeled that in my last reading, which I didn't make it live until after there was more. But I had received that message before it happened. There will be more. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hi, Amanda. Hello. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe because there will be more stuff that I will have to channel to the collective for the Lionsgate portal as well. Coming up this summer, there will be important events and things that will happen around then. Self-nurturing during this time is really important. Valuing life through the triggers, through the grief is really important. In trying to find stability despite whatever's happening within the collective, within the media. So, again, there's going to be some really good ideas coming through, especially for my feminines. Make sure you're protecting your crown chakra, whether that be through visualizations or physically wrapping your head at night, or throughout the day, wearing hats, wearing something over your head. Hi, Amanda. If you would like a reading, you can make a donation. My readings are donation based. So if you do, just leave your question and I will get to you after this reading is over. There's some sort of courage needed to overcome some triggers during this time, collective. It's in order for the work and progress that you're making to continue to be stable despite whatever's happening. Food is really important at this time. What you're putting in your body is really important at this time. I'm hearing making headway. I hope that's the right word. Like making important strides. I want to say that this will be all the way through Leo season. And Spirit is saying, we know it's like a glum time, but make sure you're prioritizing your fun and your safety. Take the proper precautions while also making sure that you're enjoying yourself. Bettering yourself, they're saying, especially through food. This is not the message that I was expecting, so I'm just gonna roll with it. It's really important to have healthy boundaries, not to overextend yourself, especially if you're working at this time. Make sure you're balancing work with play. Someone needs to turn off like the radio, turn off the TV, detach from the situation. There's also a need to seek out higher, forms of connecting with spirit, different forms of connecting with spirit, really locking in with your daily rituals, beliefs, even your higher power from a place of courage, despite again, with like the self-protection. This is a form of self-protection through the triggers that may surface. There might be a lot of triggers at work for some people. This is why it's like, don't overextend yourself. Someone needs to know, like, don't overextend yourself for that job. Make sure you're detaching and allowing like your beliefs, what you believe in, to work for you. And that requires a lot of courage and self-forgiveness. Maybe there was a time where you had a lot of faith in something and it just didn't work the way that you wanted. But Spirit is saying there's a level of inner strength that you're learning at this time, how to be courageous from a place of detachment. And I'm hearing soldier on. So, collective, it's time to soldier on. Detach from the situation. Choose courage. Choose your beliefs, especially in your higher power. There's a lot of false masks being worn in the public sphere. This is why this is important. Overcoming limitation is also important. Any limits you've placed on yourself. Again, from that detached place, it's more so about refining your beliefs. Someone's people pleasing has got them triggered into submission. That's why your boundaries are really important at this time. Having confidence and courage in yourself. Someone here is a Leo. Someone in this message is a Leo. Your self-development is really important, collective. Becoming a version of yourself that you really admire or like. And that requires a lot of courage and self-forgiveness. I can't stress that enough. And that's going to improve your beliefs in something higher. And again, with this renewed sense of passion, like there's going to be some new ideas, some new career goals, some new self-love that's on its way to you. New ways of going about that, especially if you have a spiritual practice. I'm seeing like that's going to be enlightening you in some way. And as you continue to put your self-care priorities first, something is going to moderate. So if it's overthinking, you'll be able to moderate overthinking. Self-neglect, you'll overcome that self-neglect. Make sure you're valuing your sexual energy at this time. And it's safe to indulge if you have the opportunity. Also, I want to say, collective, it's never too late, especially when there's devastating events happening, it's always a reminder to value your life, stick to the plan, stick to your plans, create what's on your mind. If you were worried about your stability at this time, it's okay to follow the passion that's being given to you at this time, even if it feels uncertain. As long as your self-care needs are being met, that's how you'll know you're on the right path. And know that triggers stabilize us as well. It's an opportunity to purge grief. And not to sit into a lower state of grief, to rise up into some more hopefulness, tapping in with that higher power. Again, stressing that, Spirit is stressing that. And food is really important to that. What you're putting in your body, eating things that are alive, that are living. I'm hearing someone say, get that dead weight off your shoulders. So grieving is really important to balance out your energy collective. And the media will be a distraction and will create false sense of limits. So know your power. Know that you are very abundant. Make sure you're detaching to tap into your abundance. And use the grief that surfaces as an opportunity to do some self-forgiveness work, to reclaim some of this courage, confidence, inner willpower, creativity, things like this. And self-care is also communicating what matters to you, communicating about the things that you're passionate about or the things that you love. That is also self-care. And I keep hearing refinement. They're saying, if you guys I have not seen the movie The Joker, but I just can make a lot of assumption off of just seeing the, what it's portrayed as, healing on the bottom. But they're just saying that Joker archetype obviously has been used for so long, and if you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. If not, just discard this message. But the Joker archetype has been used for so long. Definitely know that will be continued to be used this summer specifically. And we are all a product of our environment. This is not to sympathize, but it's just saying, how can we refine and prioritize our own happiness, joy, things like this, and understanding that contributes to society as a whole when we are proud of how much we can achieve, even if it's just small things, even if it's just pursuing a small idea, or not bailing on our own plans, right? Bottom of the deck is adjustments are required. So just know the triggers that are servicing are leveling out our emotions and things like this at this time. Sorry. I'm hearing pick your poison. And I'm hearing pick your poison. Do you want a society that functions well, or do you want a society that hates itself? And so that all starts with the individual. Bottom of the deck is you are limitless. So I think a lot of these happenings, whether they are sanctioned or random, which I feel they are sanctioned, but it's up for you to decide. Create limits within the collective. It forces us to think we have to restrict in order to protect. And so Spirit is saying, use your imagination at this time in a positive way. I'm hearing share the information. So for those people who are meditating daily, share the information that you see. Hi, Heaven Sent. Good evening to you too. Share the information that you're receiving at this time. Use your imagination for good. Create something. Especially something that's going to be a reflection of your joy at this time. Something that makes you feel optimistic about life. And know that what we create is magic in itself. Even if it's just a painting or a simple, nice homemade meal. This is how we spread our joy. Sunflowers are really important. Maybe fill your home with sunflowers, daisies. Leo season will be very important. There will be more events leading up to, like I said, Lionsgate portal. Do something for someone else. Give your attention to someone else. So I think that how we use our imagination affects everyone. How we see the world affects everyone. So when we are pouring into things that matter to us, it's our way of sharing our perspective. This is how we give. And we want it to be a good one, you know? So don't feel guilty if you're detaching to focus on something other than what's going on in the public sphere, especially if you're pouring into yourself or creating something or choosing to help out in a specific way. However you choose to give your attention away at this time matters. It's valuable. We're all attached to one another, so how you pour into the collective, it still benefits the collective. It's really important to still trust the path that you're on at this time. Is there any other question, or is there any other information that needs to be channeled here for this collective message? Yeah, creativity and abundance, a call to action. So sometimes devastation is a call to create something, you know, uplifting. It's not always beneficial to resonate with devastation, to sit in an energy of devastation. It's not necessarily helpful. Grieving can be such a very beautiful, creative, intuitive, enlightening, and uplifting process. It can be such a gorgeous process. So let your imagination lead you down that path instead of sitting in an energy of non-action. Because we do have the Queen of Wands here, and she is about that action. She's about that action. So you can detach and know that there is a higher power, there is higher guidance, and continue to work through these triggers by taking good care of yourself, eating healthy meals, having better boundaries within workplaces for some, or collective settings, especially if there's triggers happening, and allow your emotions to moderate. So if that means purging, releasing some habits. Okay, I think I'm going to leave this message here. I hope that this was helpful, and I'm going to move on to my general pick a card readings now. So pile 2, 3, and 4 will just be general messages. This was like a collective about what's happening in the public sphere. Just want to repeat that one more time, just in case anyone is confused. Okay, so let's move on to technically pile 1, but we're going to call it pile 2. Pile 2, my affirmation app just went off and it said, I am building a foundation for success. So I'm gonna share that with you, pile 2, before we get started. Share that affirmation with you. Pile 2, I want to remind you how you speak to yourself matters. You're also building creative confidence at this time, pile 2. I think all my subscribers will be generational curse breakers, so welcome. Hello. Welcome. Like, comment, subscribe. I want to say bullying starts within, but I'm also hearing bullying starts at home. And I'm hearing parental guidance was needed, and that was the issue. So someone feels this way. I'm also hearing you feel maybe that someone was projecting onto your situation, pal, too. Like people didn't understand. And like someone's like stressing to me, parental bullying is real. It's real. It's savage. It was intense. I'm not laughing at you. I'm just uncomfortable laughing, I guess. I feel the severity of the words that are being channeled to me. I want to say if someone came from a broken or difficult childhood, pal 2, if not, this is not your reading. I want to say this is how you found God. This is how you created your connection to source. I think a lot of, especially healers, intuitive, leaders, tend to have, difficulty early on to establish that self-reliance, but also reliance to something higher. I'm not saying that it's right or better. I'm just saying that that's usually how it goes, right? And I feel like you're telling me, Paul, too, I'm an intuitive myself. Hello, welcome. Glad to have you here. I'm hearing Naked Diaries. I swear that's like a blog. Someone might have a blog. Pregnant. Hearing someone say pregnant. Someone's pregnant. I think someone was used to dealing with like I don't know if I'm gonna say this right, masochism, or someone who was masochistic, so they're healing from that. Pile 2, healing. Someone draining, they were draining, you're saying to me. Hurtful. So trigger warning, pile 2. I'm hearing like empty conversations, regularly being neglected and or abused, pile 2. This is a deep one. Hurtful words. So you're healing from whatever happened in the past, pile 2. And you're doing a good job, Spirit is saying. Don't give up. You're just going through some heavy triggers right now. I do see that. And they're reminding you that you're not alone. I want to say a grandmother is coming through for you. And maybe an uncle for someone else. Richard. Someone's uncle's name is Richard. Or Brian. Okay, so these past memories, Spirit is saying you could not control that environment or that situation. So it's time to release what you cannot control, because there's an opportunity here for you. You have some good karma, but there's some survival mechanisms developed, especially in childhood, that need to be reviewed, because they kind of keep leaving you in stagnation, leading you towards stagnation. And Spirit is saying how we release this energy of the past is to stop trying to control what already was, what already happened. It is what it is at this point. And just to integrate those lessons, because you have some sort of opportunity here. I want to say it's an emotional one. So I believe that abundance starts from within, and you need to feel abundant in order to receive that externally. So whatever happened in the past, Spirit is saying, maybe it was a tough childhood, but that experience is behind you now, and it's brought you a lot of positive things as well, a lot of positive karma, a lot of positive lessons. I think that's the beauty in karma, is that it's totally an energetic exchange. Pause. Hello, Montana Springs. It says, may I ask, what if I dealing with the Gemini is a good idea? Make sure you make a donation if you want a reading, and I will answer your question, but it will be after this reading, and I'm about almost nearing halfway. So yeah, the trying to control the situation in your mind, maybe in your emotional state, is creating some sort of stagnation, and it will continue to affect your finances as well. So surrender what happened. You have some good karma on your side. That's the beauty. That's what I was saying, was the beauty in karma is that it's an exchange, just like money is an exchange. If someone gives money, someone's receiving it, and the other person is losing that money, right? And if you know how money works, I always love the affirmation, like, what I spend returns to me tenfold. I really love that one. So it's a cycle. And so just know that whatever you gave to that situation, Spirit saw everything. Spirit overwatched everything. And you collected some really great karma through those exchanges with those people. Despite you being on maybe the shit end of that stick. So living there and trying to control what you did or didn't do, what you did or didn't have, what you did or didn't say, the emotions that you did or didn't express, will not benefit you moving forward. The best thing you can do is surrender the situation, accept that maybe it was a difficult one. Maybe that in itself is the best way to move forward, is just accept that and grieve it, fully grieve it, purge those feelings around the situation. That's what you can control, is your own emotions about it. And they're saying, someone's grandmother is coming through. She's saying, stop saying you don't care. Stop saying you don't care. Because you care. Caring's not the issue. It's trying to control it is the issue. Especially if you were a child. How could you have controlled that situation? Impossible. So it's time to tap in with this inner child now and say, hey, what makes you happy? What makes you feel stress-free? What makes you feel abundant? Because there's some indecision now. Your inner child is like, I don't know. And Spirit's giving you that green light to manifest and to create and to be more playful, do some self-discovery, learn more about this inner child, because that's where she's got big magician energy, especially in this deck. She's doing her rituals, okay? Hunty, she's like a priestess, or in the making, you know? She's got creative potential, I'm hearing. I'm also hearing she knows her way around the world. You don't have to be a feminine to receive this message. This is just having to do with your divine feminine. This could also be healing your divine feminine on your mother's side for the men, if you can't relate. I'm hearing breaking ground. So really do what makes your inner child happy at this time. It's what's going to make you feel safe and come out of indecision. And so I want to say that you're a very creative person. You may be getting married very soon. There's a feminine that's getting married soon. It's really important that you do some ritual during this time. Create like a magic jar. You could be simply making like a meal and putting intention into that, sharing it with your family, sharing it with your friends, creating something. I want to say there's some sort of creative endeavor that needs your attention at this time. Make sure you're being very, very intentional without overthinking, of course, because you're pulling in some sort of stability in like new phase in life. There's like a new phase here for you. I want to say when you deeply care about something, you gain a lot of, I'm hearing attention, but you gain a lot of respect, like people who want to listen to your ideas when you're taking yourself, your ideas seriously. You are overcoming some lack programs due to this past situation. Spending quality time with your person is really important at this time. Your intuition is on point. Just know that if you're getting intuitive hits from Spirit, they are real. You're very abundant. And whatever triggers are happening around your finances, I want to say everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right. You just needed to hear that reminder. So yeah, you are entering a whole new phase, and that's why Spirit's like, can we let go of this past? We know it was hard. We agree. But now, how are we grieving? How are we moving forward? Because we have new ideas, plans. There's a portal coming up. And again, with this, it's a lot of fire energy coming through this reading and the last one, so maybe check that one out. So this summer, I want to say, is going to be important, the peak of summer. Pay attention to your dreams at this time. They're revealing things that your inner child needs to know for its healing, for it to feel more safe. I'm hearing that I feel like Paltu, y'all booed up. So I'm hearing that Dance With You for Eternity by Kid Cudi. Spirit is saying it's okay to be a little bit more pleasure seeking, less maybe business oriented, more pleasure seeking. Like children seek out the thrills naturally. They push the boundaries. Let your inner child explore, especially if you have a partner at this time. Maybe meditate together, do some intentional intimate practices together. So whatever you're worried about, nothing's going to come of that situation, especially if it's tied to a past memory. That's over. You're walking into a whole new season in your life. I heard seasoned veteran. I don't know if I said that right. So I want to say also gaining a lot of attention. Like I said, there's going to be some people that are like, I want to hear your thoughts on this, and how would you style this, and how would you, they're picking your brain. I'm hearing you have a very magnetic quality, so make sure you receive people's attention with appreciation. Embrace how you feel right now. I'm telling you, just get them emotions out there. Don't push them down. Don't pretend like you don't care, like grandma said. Somebody's grandma coming through thick and heavy. Spirit's like, you know too much. You have too much wisdom, and you're very connected with your spirit guides. This inner child is very connected with its spirit guides, okay? It's very much like priestess-like. Your inner child might have been very creative and intuitive. So let that information flow, and it's coming through your emotional body. So again, with this, meditate and contemplate. And then we have the koi fish. If you have a koi pond near you, go sit there and meditate, reflect. You can scry into the pond. Also, this is kind of that, if you're in a partnership, seeing yourself in the other person. Maybe share your experiences. They might be different but similar, and contemplate on them, on those similarities. I want to say, to work through some of these triggers at this time, just to show you, you're not alone. We're all traveling on this same journey together. If you have a question, pause the video. Contemplate your question. I'm going to get you an answer. Just think of any question you want to know from your angels, ancestors, and guides. So there's going to be information coming to you through your meditation. That's why they're stressing it. So wait, very soon you're going to get some bomb-ass information. But there are some emotional blockages that are creating, I want to say, creative stagnancy and maybe intuitive stagnancy about this new door you're walking through. So meditate on it, pile 2. Know that you look good too. You look appealing right now. So if you're worried about that, cat's out the bag. You look great. Showstopper, okay? So be patient, pile 2. Be patient with yourself and those emotions that are going to come up, okay? All right, I'm going to move on to pile 3. Thank you, pile 2. book a personal with me if you need. I feel someone wants me to keep going, so just book with me, hit me up, we can talk. Okay, pile 3. All right, pile 3, just give me a moment to clear this energy from pile 2. Someone, pile 3, I'm already getting messages, is having sexual exchange. So this is 18 plus reading, pile 3. And I'm hearing, so babies, please leave the room. I'm hearing the cleanup is my favorite part. And also like talking about like the different places you will partake in these activities, dining room table, things like this. There's like a lot of kinky stuff. All right, let's see what's going on here. Pile 3. I'm hearing maturation process. You're maturing, pile 3, or you are in the middle of like level up, glow up, I just heard. I'm hearing makeup sex. I hear you speaking to someone and you're like, can you hear me clearly? But it's not like, hello. It's not like that, commercial where they can't hear each other. But it's like, I'm communicating to you. I feel like I'm saying all the right things. But is it fully getting to you? Am I being heard? I want to say you'll be partaking in some sort of endeavor very soon where you're going to feel righteous. Like you're going to feel, it doesn't feel negative. It just feels like you're going to feel very self-important, bettering yourself, bouncing back from criticism. Also hearing morning sex. Serendipity is important at this time, or like to the relationship you're in or the partners that you have, like being serendipitous. Hearing loose ends. Someone is tying up loose ends. I fear someone's got fear. I don't know why I'm saying I fear, but it's like I almost want to channel you. I fear that I'm losing out on XYZ when I'm doing XYZ. I fear I'm being complacent. I'm hearing this. Or like not taking enough action in life. I'm hearing not behaving well enough. Someone feels like they can't bounce back from things that they've partaken in. And it's getting really specific. I don't think it would resonate with everybody. heritage. I'm hearing heritage. And I'm hearing false accusations. Maybe you're dealing with pile 3 false accusations. Someone's going to be attending a bridal shower or a baby shower. Some sort of like celebratory party. Pile 3, you have a lot of charisma. Just know that your partners can tell when you're faking it. Hearing cyclical. There's some sort of cyclical pattern that you keep revisiting. I heard on the fast track to nowhere. So pile 3, maybe you're trying to break a pattern. And Spirit is saying how you see fit. Breaking cycles only stick when you're doing it how you see fit. Whatever works for you. So I would say, like, don't take advice. Figure it out for yourself, you know? Because then it's going to stick. It'll matter to you more. Someone's got a topless car. Or like someone's riding around with the windows down. Like post car sex. Wherever you were located, there may be a lot of bigotry or like projection, judgment, prejudice, or like the field you're in. I'm doing my best here, pile 3. This is like a different type of energy. This is some different stuff, okay? Alright, let's get into it. I'm hearing your clairsentience knows best, pile 3. So I want to say there's been heavy illusion for you. Your clairsentience knows best. So whatever reoccurring feelings and emotions are happening, maybe that's the cyclical pattern. Maybe you keep hitting this same emotion, this same spot, this same intervention with Spirit. And Spirit is saying, let's enlighten yourself. Let's do it. Let's maybe end this pattern. So there's some sort of self-limiting beliefs that feed into the emotional chaos, emotional turmoil, not seeing things clearly. But your intuition, your visions, they're on point. So it's like a little bit more self-faith. I want to say you're very loved. You have a lot of love in your life. And I'm hearing singularity, precision, definite. So I want to say there's what do they mean by this? Yeah, okay. So there's one, like you have a lot of cups, you have a lot of options, but there's one I want to say that makes you happy. And you are very loved by this person as well. Spirit's asking that you be creative at this time, or whatever creative endeavors you participate in. Make sure it's something that you're proud of. And how you can do that is be very intentional. So if you work with like candle magic, I'm hearing see a psychic, or like visit your intuitive friend to help you refine your self-perception beliefs at this time. You need more clarity. And so I like to light a candle from time to time. I do see that that is an option for you. Just getting maybe a white candle, set the intention for clarity over confusion, and maybe burn it at your bedside or in a safe space. If you're indulging in ingenuine connections at this time, that will definitely block your guidance. So peer through the veil as much as you can. Self-trust is always important. I want to say you are moving through a lot of uncertainty, but you have guidance. You have angels that are helping you through like a renewal phase, some change that needs to happen. It's like a whole new path that you're embarking on, and it is going to require that you strengthen your intuition. And when you're being led by your heart, and you're healing your heart chakra, this is going to ensure that you're building relationships that nurture you and support you and love you unconditionally. But I do see that you're dealing with a situation that is not going to grow at this time. And this is maybe what's causing you to have to go off onto a new path, take on a new journey, but you're heavily led by spirit. And if anything, you're having a sort of a wake-up call at this time. Your intuition is trying to enlighten you about something. So I'm hearing don't give in to fear, because like I said, if you're creating something, if you're some sort of content creator, you want to bring to the table something that's going to also enlighten the people that are attached to whatever you're creating. You don't want to carry this energy of chaos and limitation. Come from this enlightened, intuitive energy, and that requires you to have high emotion. And maybe it feels like you're not used to that, or you just maybe got confused or something. So it's causing you to, I heard, regret the changes that you've made. It's causing you to regret the change that you've made. Wake-up calls are good too, Wake-up calls are good too. So maybe you're realizing there's a situation that you developed and it's didn't develop the way you thought it would. So there's heavy illusion around you, a lot of temptation, a lot of I'm hearing narcissistic abuse as well. So I'm sorry if you're dealing with like childhood issues that are surfacing at this time. I want to say a lot of the addictions are rooted in your childhood. So make sure you're doing the healing work from a optimistic place, not a fearful place. I do see that you're having to leave behind a lot of stagnated situations, connections, feelings, so you can show up as this King of Cups, King of Water. But right now, you a little in the trenches, pile 3. You a little in the trenches. On the bright side, you're getting a new opportunity very soon, maybe a new job. I'm hearing new career path. So trust the plan. Trust God's plan. I feel like I have to stress. Make sure you're spending time out and not staring at a screen all day. I want to say you're removing some rose-colored tints at this time due to realizing what's feeding your fear and what's real. And spirit is going to shake you awake if that's not happened just yet. So there's going to be changes that are going to happen. I want to say this has to do with your relationships. I feel like you're dealing with the limiting belief that being a good person means being a boring person. And I feel like that's a common one. I definitely feel like I've battled that. Spirit is saying the good life is not boring. And you're shutting yourself out from the good life. And I keep wanting to touch my heart. So do that heart chakra healing work. It'll pay off, man. Also, you're healing your throat chakra. Make sure you're speaking kindly to people, but also keep it real. Keep it real. Because that's what you're going to want in return, you know? Spirit is saying it pays. It pays. It pays off. Someone's eating nectarines with their partner. Like I just had a vision of someone sitting near the beach eating fruit. Friendship on the bottom. So maybe these are friends. The loose ends is coming back in. Friendships. I also want to stress too, if you're doing cord cutting at this time, it's not enough to just do the act. You have to feel the feelings. You have to be intentional. You have to trust that spirit is with you. And then you also have to take the steps that come next that are guided through your intuition. And know that our friendships are a reflection. So we are going through a Mercury retrograde still, and we are in the sign of Gemini now. So communication is really important for you at this time. If you want to be set free of these devils, of these temptations, it's time to get to talking. I'm hearing complacency. Pile 3. Trigger warning. So now, I think it was this pile in the beginning I was talking, but I feel like I'm not being heard. And now I'm hearing it the opposite. It's, I'm not talking because I don't want to be heard. And this could be like a childhood thing, like a wound. I don't want to mess it all up. That's what I'm hearing. Spirit is saying consider the different variations. I don't know, apply how it applies, but I'm hearing consider the different variations. On the bottom we have focus on love. So you're doing some healing work that is going to help you, I heard, mend the chaos. Also lighten your load, and like it'll also give you this guiding light forward. The more you heal, it gives you the way forward. It helps you hear your clairsentience more. I want you to write and affirm to yourself that you have clairsentience. I feel, pile 3, that you are in denial just a little bit, and it's causing you a lot of chaos in your life. You have a lot of angels around you that are trying to help you renew the situation and invite more change into your life. I'm also hearing spontaneity. Like, they want you to be more of a risk taker, pile 3. So meditate and contemplate. Your guides are trying to talk to you right now, and they're trying to help you reflect on some of the company that you keep. What do you see in these people? What are you latching on to at this time, and what can be healed? So appreciate this moment. Each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love. So you're doing the reflection work at this time, pile 3. And I want to say you're making yourself a better person. And Spirit is saying there's going to be a lot of fun for you on the other side of change. Boring is not your issue. Blocked is your issue. You're very blocked and held up by whatever has been having you tap dance for them. That needs to be surrendered. And yeah, you don't want to keep wasting your energy locked into an imbalanced root chakra. It's going to affect your money if you don't heal it. So keep leaving that situation. Spirit is saying, get out of there. Get out of town. Your dreams are trying to show you something about your relationships at this time and how you feel, your emotions. So you can temper off some of these feelings and hear your guidance clearer. So if it's an ex, address it. And Spirit is like, we know that you want to receive. We know that you want to receive what you give as well. So they're also saying receive this message. Don't misinterpret this message. So play it back as many times as you need. Like maybe you have an issue with receiving, and that is going to also create intimacy blocks. And you want intimacy, you know? I think that that's the issue, is that we paint spiritual healing as potentially boring, but intimacy and exploring sexuality is really fun. Femininity is fun. Relationships are fun. Not feeling fearful or emotionally stressed all the time is really fun. So explore your truth, pile 3, so you can receive and heal. I want to say that I love you guys. Like, I love you guys. I want the best for you guys. So if this message was harsh, it's a tough love message. This is what real friendship is. This is honesty, okay? Pile 3. Think of a question. I'm going to roll the dice for you. Pause the video if you need a little bit more time. Think of any question. Doesn't matter what question. Could be anything. Your answer is no. And Spirit is saying because we need you to meditate on it. They're saying clear thinking is needed. And you are in a mangled place right now. You have a lot of distraction around you. A lot of misinformation. A lot of it's playing on your trauma. So they're like, sit down, find a nice quiet corner, connect with nature, get outside, meditate, hear me. Spirit's like, hear me. We've been trying to talk to you. Hello? Hello. Sleep. Meditate. Sleep. Listen to your dreams. There's a lot of information and healing that wants to be here for you right now. Okay? Pile 3, that's where I'm going to leave it. You got this. I believe in you. Next time, I guarantee if you meditate tonight, next time you come back to this channel, you'll have clear thinking. And you'll be like, you know what? That was so temporary, and now it's over. So, I believe. Pile 3. Keep going. Keep healing. You deserve it. Alright, let's move on to pile 4. Hello, pile 4. What's good? What's cracking? I just got really chatty, so I just feel like you guys are probably like Geminis, air signs. You guys are a very loving group. I'm hearing a lot of stuff, but I think I want to pull before I start channeling. I want to say Pile 4, luck is on your side. Luck is on your side. You're someone who understands that emotions can work in your favor. You're pretty, like, you're a high vibe tribe. You're high vibe tribe. I wanted to say it like that. You might like surf or something. Like you have an unconventional job or something like this. You speak knowingly, I just heard. Like you're very present as well. Like I hear someone's like, if I could describe you, I'd say you're just so present and aware. Like your friends. This is how they describe you. Pile 4. Also, Spirit is saying, though, reluctant to change. A little reluctant to change. Like you find it a bit scary or intimidating sometimes. Or maybe just at this time. Someone's a teacher. Hearing students. Christmas this year is going to be important for you, Pile 4. The gifts that you're getting your significant others, it's like, or family, it's important to you. Or maybe you're like a gift giver. You like to give gifts. I want to say, Pile 4, you've been racking your brain about something, thinking. I want to say you were expecting some sort of outcome and you received silence. And it made you like nervous. Like you fear rejection. I'm hearing you say like you wrote me off. Someone feels like practicing self-care is like ridiculous. Like it doesn't amount to anything. I can't disagree more, but you know, play it your way. And disregard if that doesn't resonate. Someone's like clubs. Dances at the club, likes dancing at the club. I want to say there'll be something very soon that's going to spark your interest. Someone is very, very Christian. Very, very Christian. like a devout Christian. um I feel like I don't know where to start. I just like I got chatty and then I got quiet. So pile 4, you might be getting texts from your ex during this Mercury retrograde season. And I heard it's fucking up your flow. Like fucking up your energy, you feel like. And so you're just like confirming, yes, not a good idea to indulge in these past connections. Like, say no thanks. I want to say it's like you're ignoring someone's texts and you're pretty focused on some sort of stability or love situation. Or this could be your career, your content, your creative vision. Because you want to be very patient with it. You want to create something that's stable. And you don't want your ideas to slip through your fingertips at this time. You think it's going to be very prosperous. I think that you already are very successful in this realm. So I feel like if money's on the line, you're like, I don't have time for this. Sorry. I can't give any energy to this right now. I'm busy. Some of you are moving. I want to say, Pop 4, you understand energy exchange. So that's why you don't feel fear of saying no to things if this isn't a person. Some of you are already actually in a relationship. You're already in a very committed and or married to someone else relationship. I want to say, if not currently, you're going to be celebrating something soon, or you're just really focused on having fun to clear your energy of past connections or past situations. So take the advice of like pile 2. You've put that into action already, right? Your dreams have been talking to you. I want to say that you're listening, especially if it has to do with like drawing boundaries with people. You're very focused, but Spirit is saying we can be a little bit more focused. We could focus more. Yeah, I was getting that thinking energy with this ball, right? I think it was you guys. I'm hearing shadow boxing, so maybe you're doing some shadow work. I want to say your schedule is important to you. How you take care of yourself is important to you at this time. I want to say when you're getting distracted by these past energies, that's when you feel like taking care of yourself is not a good idea. And that's the issue. Anything that's like taking you away from putting your needs first is probably not good, right? To whoever's in a relationship, maybe you and your partner are in a little tiff. I heard, are you seeing someone else? I'm hearing someone ask that, so maybe you aren't with this person. Maybe this is the ex. What I'm seeing is this person has their back towards you. And you are being tested to see how you're going to respond to the situation. I think this person is dealing with their own issues at this time and trying their best to take care of themselves. I want to say this other person is very protected, guided, led by spirit. I think they are very self-aware of who they are, their truth. I heard how they manage their concepts. But I want to say they are going through a moment of doubt as well. Though they know themselves, it's like they're trying to cut through what's true and what's false. So if you made them question themselves, yeah, that's why their back is towards you. They're doing their best to take care of themselves. Yeah, I feel like this person thinks they're doing what's best for them by leaving you behind. They feel like their intuition is telling them that something is off and something is wrong, and they don't want to burn their energy out anymore on worrying about the situation. I want to say both parties are being tested if this is like a pairing. If this is all you're leaving behind worry about your finances or about a connection by investing in your truth, accepting that you are someone who is very connected to spirit, and that brings you a lot of clarity. So using this clarity to have some healthy boundaries with maybe some second guessing that was happening. And the situation is transforming as you leave behind, if it's money worries, if it's a feminine, leaving behind a masculine, or switch the roles how it goes. But it's like someone is evolving into a higher employment. They're transforming their money situation. So this is a test. They're a spiritual test. I want to say there is something wrong. So this person that has their back towards the other person, they are doing their best to protect themselves. And they're trying to get clear with their focus. And if their intuition is telling them that something is wrong, they trust that. They trust spirit because they're tired of being worried, I want to say. They're also working on dropping defenses. I want to say they want to return to their innocence. So they're trying to change direction, and spirit is leading them, I want to say, away from this connection. That's what I'm seeing. This is really specific. Yeah. Whatever is being left behind, it's for the greater good of someone's finances and their prosperity. It's literally bringing some sort of positive employment change. If this is all you, it's like doing some cutting and cutting out some insecurity so that you can stop second guessing maybe something that you know has stagnated. You know it's not right. You know that it's taking and stealing your energy, and turning that into a positive where you can share maybe what you've learned or the love that you have within yourself. Again, clearing your energy, releasing like obsessive connections. Maybe releasing some outdated beliefs or like false ideologies around love and relationships, like getting a little bit more realistic, but it's like not in a pessimistic way. It's literally to then develop better. And I think, as always, like knowing your value, knowing who you are is always going to affect your finances in a positive way. So it's like not to create new boundaries and barricades. It's almost to release them by accepting and leaving behind something. Yeah, removing some rose-colored tints. Seeing people for who they are. If this person was a person from the past, you're turning your back towards them and you're deciding that you deserve something better. You're deciding this is not a good idea. I think because you want something stable. This feels like a love situation. So I'll show you what I'm seeing. There's this masculine peeking over her shoulder, and she's got her direction pointed elsewhere. Right? I also want to say the feminine may be overthinking just a bit. If those roles apply. But I do know that they know something's wrong. But it's creating bigger issues, so they are turning their back. And I feel that they are guided to do so. I don't know what else to say about this. Alright, let's pull more. Some oracle cards. I'm hearing, Paul 4, you're a great conversationalist. Like, you have good combo. The bottom is fertility. So a new beginning. I'm hearing someone in this situation made a compromise that was unnecessary. Okay. So despite how it looks, there is a victory here. Like, there is going to be a positive outcome, learning, some wisdom from I'm hearing celebratory time in your life, Pal 4. So there's going to be some positive outcome that's going to enlighten you. It's going to make you very wise. So that's why I was saying that you're being tested. So how you respond matters. I'm hearing someone say you've got to trust me. So consider your foundation. You are being asked to look at how committed you are to love. So I would say, I'm hearing revamping as well. So maybe revamping a home. I'm hearing wardrobe specifically. I'm also thinking like, use this time to contemplate the foundation that you're standing on at this moment, like literally and, metaphorically. And it says, love who you are. You are a divine and wonderful person, deserving of all the wonderful things that life has to offer. So I feel like whoever needs to leave behind a past connection, it's important to practice a lot of self-love. This will get you out of any situations where you feel like you're not able to receive the wonderful things you deserve, this victory. It says turn your heart light on, or turn on your heart light, sorry. Allow yourself in this moment to reflect on a time when you experienced love. If you've been denying yourself of a connection that is healthy, that is because your heart is blocked at this time. So that's why it's okay to return to a sense of innocence and allow your shields to drop down. You're going to be victorious. There is a little bit of self-reflection and self-love needed. I'm hearing take creative control over your life. Take creative control over your life, Pile 4. That's how I heard it. Make sure you're investing in yourself at this time. So get your nails done, hair done. If you're a feminine, males, get your hair done. Like, invest in your self-care. Ask a question, and I'm going to roll the dice and get you an answer. You can think of any question. The answer is that it's already happening right now, and it landed on the victory card. So, if there's emotions that you're dealing with that are blocking you from seeing that, that is the test. Don't give in to negativity, especially if this has to do with your stability at this time. I'm hearing Bryson Tiller right my wrongs. I don't know if this is helpful, this reading. But I do know, I can say that this chapter is ending. And if your intuition is telling you that something is off, make sure you're listening to that. Just deal with the emotions that come with it wisely, because you will be victorious in the end, Pile 4. I think that is an important thing I should say. So say no to fear. Just open up your heart. Make sure you're getting enough rest, Pile 4. Anything else, Spirit? I feel like they're saying I should read this again. You are a divine and wonderful person, deserving of all the wonderful things that life has to offer. So take that into consideration, Pile 4. I'm going to leave you there. Thank you guys for enjoying this reading. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I will get the timestamps going right now. I hope you guys have a great day, night, evening, and I will check in with you another time. Peace.